Seriously, guys. So anyway, so what I've been dreaming of every single day now is focusing on talking better with you. And as I talk better with you, I'm looking at the nice and beautiful picture of being able to promote yourself somewhere around shopping centers or around people and crowds. We have this nice and beautiful promotional tag, which is on your nice and beautiful trolley or inside of your trolley, and you place it on the floor somewhere, and it shows your photo, and it's something that you can open up and you can just have that promotional tag in front of you, and then you can go sit somewhere on the side somewhere and people are watching that tag, for example. And that tag is with one of those nice and beautiful ways of stands, and you see those stands, for example, that have promotional tags on it, and it's more how you can just go and stand somewhere around people and do that, and you can do that while you're actually doing a nice and beautiful busking performance. And this kind of stand is like you open it up and it goes diagonally, but it has four legs, and then it has your promotional sign there. But the thing is, to stand all day doing that, probably it's worth it. But the thing is, it's much more worth it when you're doing a busking performance. Whereas now, when you're doing a busking performance and you're doing that kind of promotion, Russia, I can see straight away how I feel about all of that. But the thing is, every single day, it's more how you can get yourself a poster and post it on the actual trolley, and then you have what you want as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm learning. I'm learning something about what's going on every single day. But every single day, I'm making sure that no matter what, I can speak much better communicational skills. So as I speak much better communicational skills, I'm looking for a better way to understand myself and what's happening around the world. But the thing is now, when I'm actually doing a greater job for myself with content and everything, I'm making sure that I can go and deliver content for myself. So today I want to make sure that no matter what, I'll go and upload all my content online. And that way I'm understanding that the day's approaching, and there's another 9 days until my actual event that's coming up. Because what I want to do is make sure that I can go and perform my actual music track over here. And I have to go and place some reverb in it. I have to put some reverb in one place. I want to make sure that the actual dinosaur vocals are coming out with the reverb. And because I understand how the actual reverb can come out over here with the vocals, I'll make sure I go and do a greater job for myself. But it's more how I feel, and how I feel is to promote myself. But every single day, I'm understanding it's much better for me to talk words over here than it is to go and write down stuff inside of my writing journal. So what I want to do is focus on a greater way of life for myself. But I did stay up late yesterday for the first time in over 5 months. I mean, why is that? I mean, I did it because I had to go and listen to my music, and I did listen to my music for 4.5 hours or more. Whereas now, because I'm better than all that, I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm learning very quickly upon how to never limit myself. I'm making sure that my life is getting ahead of the game in some shape or form. But that's why I'm very successful, and that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how to succeed differently. But making sure anyway that what's important for me now is to make sure I have more enough success always to go and live my life, but I have to be ahead of the game. I have to be ahead of the game in terms of whatever I'm doing. I mean, why is that? Because when you're ahead of the game and when you're actually enjoying yourself differently, and when you're doing something to help yourself to succeed differently, then you're making sure you have more than enough always to be delivering content. And as you deliver content, then you're making sure that no matter what's happening around the world, that you're looking for a better way to help yourself, and that way you're actually honest with yourself. Always that you're doing something to improve yourself. But that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point as a nice and beautiful way of life over here is to go and really, really study upon what other people are doing and how come they're doing that, and how you actually go and do a greater assemble of in life. Alright, every single day, just understand straight away how other people go to jail because they do protests. And just understand that no matter what, it's more how you need to go, you need to go into how to live a great life for yourself. So you understand straight away how to dwell upon speaking over the information that you see. And then you have to see straight away how you feel about certain aspects of life differently. And as you really, really talk yourself into a better way, then you have to go and love yourself into the nice and beautiful way of life. So every single day I'm focusing on helping myself do greater for myself in different ways, and as I do that, I have that nice and beautiful way of life where I'm understanding straight away how to go and dwell upon helping myself to never bombard anybody, but to just go and really, really focus upon that nice and beautiful way of life. And now the way of life I focus on is helping myself to grow. And as I grow, I focus on many aspects of life that is helping me today, especially. But that's the whole point. The whole point is reaching out to help people. And as you reach out to help people, then you're learning very quickly upon how quick you need to be able to go and dwell upon something that is helping you grow. So as I grow myself today, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have more than enough success all the time, making sure I'm learning very quickly upon how I am with everything. And that way I'm understanding straight away how to just go and dwell upon helping myself to go and do everything quickly. But as I do everything quickly, I'm making sure that I can go and love myself to the best kind of view in the planet to make sure that I have more than enough success all the time to go and dwell upon something that's helping me. I see, although, that those people who are never ready to have kids right now are the ones that are the people who need to go and do better for themselves. So for myself, I understand straight away I need to go and do better before I have a kid. But other people are ready to have a kid. And are they really? Roshi, no. Roshi, they're never ready to have a kid. Roshi, there are some people in terms of life where it's 1% of the world who have at least over $1 million in their bank account are ready to have a kid. But anybody who has, I promise you, anybody who has less than $1 million in their bank account are never ready to have kids. I promise you. And that's the thing, yeah. Roshi, I can straight away how other people believe they are ready or something. They're saying, but the thing is, you must understand straight away how they fall short of glory because they go have many kids and those kids take away all their time in a way that they give time to these kids so much. And because they give so much time, and you must understand, you have to give your time, but make sure you give it to yourself only, and that way you're actually improving yourself quickly. So what I'm doing over here is I'm always learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon something that's actually helping me move forward. So what helps me move forward is a great way of life for myself first. And as I really, really help myself to succeed differently, I always have these nice and beautiful aspects of life where I'm understanding that I have to go and dwell upon something that's actually better for me in different ways. And I'm looking for organizational skills all the time, making sure I can go and dwell a better way for myself. But as I do that, I'm focusing on delivering. But what do I deliver? I deliver the best content in the planet about everything. I make sure that no matter what I do, that I'm always in it for a better way of life. And that way I'm learning very quickly upon how I need to go and succeed, because that's the whole point, guys. The whole point is understanding straight away how you need to go and live life. If you can live life to the best of your ability, then that's all we're asking of you all the time. So make sure you understand straight away how to just go and lift yourself up and just go and do what you need to do. Or else, every single day I focus upon understanding that no matter what I do, that I have more than enough time to succeed daily in everything I do. But making sure that no matter what, I can open up my nice beautiful laptop over here. I can make sure I can go and do my content in terms of my nice beautiful track over here. And I have my nice beautiful Idonotopia to just do that today. And then what I want to do is I have to go and listen back to it as well. And I have to listen to it with headphones. And as I do that, I just go and focus upon that in a better way. To focus upon helping myself to succeed is what I need to do. And then I need to go have a shower very quickly. and I need to go and just dwell upon a better life for myself. Because if you want a better life for yourself, then just organize everything quickly and just see what is what inside of your actual music production set over here. And that way you must understand straight away what you're doing with your life, and you have to understand straight away how to actually grow yourself in different aspects of life. So as I actually grow my nice and beautiful soundtrack over here, I'm making sure that no matter what, I have more enough success over here to go and really help myself to deliver something, to see what I need to go and do. But what I want to do is always go and focus upon something that's helping you grow personally, and that way you have a better time. So if you have a better time today, you have to go and understand straight away how you can open up all these projects. And since you have all these projects and everything, I understand straight away how I need to go do better with everything. So the whole point is understand straight away how you have to go and grow yourself. So what I want to do with all these projects over here is I want to make sure that I have just a few files inside of here. I'm making sure anyway that what I want to do is always focus upon helping myself to grow, and that way I'm understanding that one is nice and beautiful. Whereas I'm always making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually do my life quickly. And as I do my life quickly, I'm just focusing on helping myself especially to have that kind of beautiful attitude going. But the thing is, when I see these nice and beautiful soundtracks over here, I can see what's going on straight away. I can see how to delete files. I can see how to open files as well. And as I open files, I go and focus upon something that's helping me grow. But what I do is I've placed everything in a nice and beautiful folder here. And as I do that, I make sure that no matter what, I can open up the actual FLP files. And I go and export everything again in different ways. And that way I'm understanding that what I want to do is just that. I want to make sure that I'm never losing time, I'm never losing anything for doing what I'm doing. But the thing is about life that I understand is to just go and do that nice and beautiful aspect of life where I'm focusing on helping myself to succeed. I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is understanding straight away to just go and do something to help yourself to deliver. I mean, if you can help yourself deliver content, you can help yourself do what it is that makes you successful. Then you have to go and be very careful upon what you want to do over here. And then understand that no matter what, that since it's all in one folder, then never touch that folder ever again. And go and just really drop everything into a folder that you understand straight away what is in those folders. And that way you're just doing something to help yourself to succeed, is the whole point. And as soon as you have something that you did upload online, then you go and do a greater job somewhere else in a way that you're showing for it in a better way. So the whole point is learning. You need to be learning. But as you're learning, then you grow very quickly upon what it is that helps you grow. And now that's the whole point, yeah? And the whole point is upload the content that you believe you need to upload. Upload the content that you believe that you need to upload very quickly. Upload it online very quickly. And that way just go and open up your FLP files, and that way just place it somewhere in the folder somewhere and just let it be there, because that's all content from the past and that's it. And that way you're just organizing your folders differently, and you're making sure that you have more enough time to go and dwell upon where everything is in your folders, and that way you're enjoying yourself. But as you enjoy yourself, then you have to go and dwell upon helping yourself to see exactly what you need to do to make sure that you're successful, is what I mean. But what I mean every single day is learning how to go and become what you need to do every single day to help yourself to go and grow yourself and organize your files and be able to organize yourself throughout life. And then that way you'll understand straight away what I mean. Now what I mean is making sure that no matter what, you always have more enough time to go and dwell upon something that's actually helping you move forward. But what helps you move forward today is the words that you speak to people. And now if you can speak more words to people today than ever before, then you have to go and get ahead of the crowd quickly. So what I want to do with everything in terms of my life quickly is I want to make sure I have more enough time and space to be able to go and get what I need to do. But for today, I'm making sure that no matter what, I just stay here and I just make sure that I create my music track over here. That way I'm understanding that no matter what I do, that I'm successful in what I'm doing. But that's why I'm understanding straight away how to actually feel my way throughout life, doing much better than other people, because I'm understanding that no matter what, that I have plenty of time and space to be able to go and make everything come true for myself at least. But as I make everything come true for myself, I'm making sure that no matter what, that I'm teaching you how to do the same thing with yourself. And that way I'm learning how to go and become much more anyway, regardless of what's happening around the world. So I can go and help myself to do better. So as I do better, I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do always to make sure that I'm successful. So as I become successful, I'm learning very quickly upon helping myself to deliver content. And that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, the whole point is learning. I mean, you have to be learning everything that you can today. And that way you're very quick to the notion of life. And you're making sure that no matter what, that you're much quicker than other people because you are willing to help yourself to grow. And that way you're helping yourself to deliver content that's actually helping you move forward. And then you're actually always placing notes or something of notes everywhere in terms of life where you need it. And that way, as you go and really live life differently, you're making sure that you have more than enough success daily to go and just organize everything and see where everything is. And that way you're making sure that no matter what, I can always see how I do life. So no matter what, I can say for myself over here, I can see straight away how I go and really deliver content. But as I deliver content, I'm looking for ways to help myself over here. I'm looking to make sure that no matter what, I have more than enough time to succeed differently. I'm making sure that as I have my daily life plans and everything, I'm making sure that I'm learning very quickly upon what I need to do and how I need to do it. And then as I go and do that, I make sure that no matter what, that I have that beautiful attitude to succeed differently. And that's the whole point, yeah. I mean, the whole point is just go and upload everything and just go and place a nice and beautiful calendar over here to make sure that no matter what, you have more than enough of everything to make sure that you're learning. Of course, as you learn, then you have to go and do stuff. You have to do something to help yourself. And that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is making sure that if you understand straight away how to go and dwell better for yourself, you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed differently is the whole point, yeah? And as you succeed differently, then learn what you need to do always to make sure that you never delete anything from your folders and what you have, but that you go and just go and place everything in the rubbish and go and delete this now. But you can go and dwell upon, let's say, deleting a nice and beautiful content over here, for example. And now since it's actually in the rubbish bin over here in terms of the nice and beautiful content, making sure that I can rub this off and I can go and actually delete this content over here. But do I actually want to do that? I mean, for myself, I understand straight away how I feel about everything, and I realize now I'm making sure I'm always comparing the differences of numbers over here. And I'm just going to do it very quickly because that way I'm just learning very quickly upon what I need to do to succeed. But that's the most difficult thing I've ever seen in my life, and that's the thing where you're clearing out a rubbish bin of all the kind of contents that you have in that rubbish bin, and that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life, where I can just see how quickly I have I over here. I have I, so I'm making sure that no matter what, it's much more how I feel, that you can never lose anything, but you have to focus upon understanding that sometimes when you have anything in the rubbish bin or Mega Drive, then make sure that you never ever go and delete these albums over here. But it's much more how I see the difference in numbers. Because I see a difference in numbers, then I make sure I'm safe like this. I'm safe when I'm doing that, because I see in Mega Drive there's a big difference in numbers over here. And what's the difference in numbers over here? I mean, the difference in numbers over here is that I can tell straight away how I feel about life, and I can tell that no matter what, if you compare the difference in numbers, then you're always focusing on making sure that you never delete your content, please, and make sure that you never delete anything that you made personally. I mean, the worst thing that you can do is to delete what you already made. So the best thing you can do for yourself especially is to make sure that you have yourself a beautiful time over here to focus upon doing something that is helping you grow. But what helps you grow is a greater way of life. And now, if you understand anything about life over here, I'm understanding that no matter what, I have more enough of content to just upload into my actual Mega Drive over here. So as I go and upload content, I'm making sure I can go and dwell upon better ways. My better ways of dealing with life is the way I go and do life in different ways. In that way, I'm always understanding straight away upon never losing my content and never losing what I've done already. I'm making sure I can get those folders separately now. I make sure that no matter what, I can go and dwell upon helping myself to succeed. And that way I'm doing a greater life. So guys, so make sure you're never delaying yourself, and make sure that no matter what, that you learn how to orchestrate your contents and what you have around your folders so that you can go and do greater in different ways. So make sure that you just understand where did you put your stuff. I understand that no matter what, that for myself over here, it's very important now for me to just go and get my files. So what I do here is I have an ending master file over here. And what I want to do is I want to open it and understand straight away what I need to do, where I have to go and place all these kind of sound effects inside of the actual mix now. And I have to go and place these nice and beautiful, let's say, aspects of life inside of my mix over here to make sure that no matter what, that I have everything I need to succeed. So what I do is I focus upon understanding that since I'm actually doing this, I'm making sure that no matter what, you guys can go and create, you guys can go and create a better life for yourself in different ways to make sure that you have everything you need. So as I go and grow myself differently, I'm focusing on different ways of doing stuff. And as I focus on different ways of doing stuff, I focus on making sure I have more than enough success all the time to make sure I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually do my life. So what I do is I go and try to just explain myself differently to make sure that no matter what, I can go and delete this folder, for example, because that folder is something I have to upload again, because I want to be able to upload everything again. And as I go and see life differently, I see this one is another course over here, where I'm understanding that no matter what, that since I understand straight away what courses are going online and which ones are already online, so I can understand straight away how to go and dwell upon something that actually helps me grow. So what helps me grow right now is the ability to be able to just go and dwell upon something that's helping me grow. But what helps me grow personally is my ability to speak words to you all day long, and that way I'm learning very quickly upon how I'm looking at everything. So what I want to do is I want to be able to go and get the sound effects over here. So I understand sound effects are somewhere around here. And I have to do a better job. I have to do a better job over here in terms of my organizational skills. I have to make sure I'm organizing everything to see exactly where everything is in terms of my folders here. So as I'm doing this, I'm making sure that no matter what, I can open up my folders over here in a way that it's, or as I can open up my folders in a way that's helping me grow. And that way I'm learning very quickly upon just going into the actual soundtrack folder over here. And make sure to go and see the master file, for example. So I have master files here. And I need to get myself the middle parts. I have to get myself the middle package. So as I see the middle package here, actually now what I want to do is I want to go open these folders and these nice and beautiful folders over here to just upload that middle package online. And as I do that, I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly upon which one's which. And I'm making sure that no matter what, I can see straight away to just upload this one here to see exactly is this folder that kind of folder, to make sure I can upload it online very quickly. And as I upload it online very quickly, that you also have to make sure that no matter what you're doing, that you're learning about understanding how to go and master your mix and master what you are in daily life. And you have to go and see exactly what kind of folder is what kind of folder, so you can understand straight away how to help yourself in the mix of what you want. But if you focus upon understanding to just open up the actual FLP file, and if you open up the FLP file, then you have what you want straight away. The whole thing that you want is the FLP file to be able to grow yourself. And by getting that kind of FLP file for yourself, we're actually learning about that FLP file to make sure that you can go and open that kind of file for yourself, so you can go and dwell upon better aspects of life with that file, and then just go and understand straight away how it is a long time for you to make sure that no matter what, you have more enough time to be able to go and allocate these nice and beautiful contents to the market, what you're selling. So if you're selling a nice and beautiful way of life for yourself, then what you need to do is place content inside of the nice and beautiful, let's say, desktop, to find out exactly what kind of folder opens up what kind of folder, and that way place it all together into a zip package for yourself, and then focus on just doing that and making sure that everything else goes into separate folders for yourself. And that way it's all organizational very quickly, because you're sorting out the words, and you're sorting out the words in a better way, and you're looking for better talking skills. And because you look for better talking skills, then you understand straight away how to give ideas, because the ideas of life come through the talking. And the more you can talk, the better for you guys. I'm learning always how to actually go and spark my intuition to grow myself. And as I grow myself, I find different skill sets and different ways of doing something. But that's how it is, yeah. I mean, that's how I need to go and love myself. As I love myself, I did connect, let's say, 6 hours of music together, in terms of over 6 hours of music together. And I'm making sure that no matter what, it's much more than that. But I'm understanding that no matter what, that I feel I have to go and do a greater job for myself, regardless of what's happening. But that's why I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon a better way for myself. So if you want to go and dwell a better way for yourself, then what you need to do definitely today is making sure that you have that nice and beautiful attitude going for yourself. So you have to have a better attitude than yesterday, to focus on something that's actually helping you grow. And that way, as you grow yourself, you shall learn what you need to do to succeed is what you want. So I'm not saying that no matter what, I have the folder here, making sure that what I want to do from this point is I want to learn very quickly upon how my actual folder is going. So what I do with this folder over here is I'm completely in satisfaction with it for now, making sure that I can go and just develop the finish over here in a way that I go and save the project. I save the actual project first, in a way that it's helping me to grow, and then from that point I go and dwell upon something better for myself. Make sure I go export this nice and beautiful, let's say, middle file over here. And there's so much more words I can say, and there's so much more work to do, but guess what? I promise you have to do everything one step at a time. And I want to zip this actual loop package, and I want to upload it right away into my actual Mega Drive. So I'll just say middle package. So middle package, please. And that middle package goes into Mega Drive right away. So as I go and export anything into actual, let's say, into my software, I want to make sure that anything I may export from FL Studio into my nice and beautiful, let's say, Livono laptop here, and my Livono laptop is a Windows laptop, I'll make sure to go and post it online right away, and just go and make sure that it just goes uploading online right away. Because that way I have the beautiful file notion to help myself to succeed here, and understand straight away I have to go and find the actual mastering of that actual folder. And as I see that nice and beautiful folder, I'll make sure that I can go and find the actual way of life over here where I can export it again. I can export the actual file again, and I can just do that quickly, and I can export the 16-bit and the actual MP3 file from this one, and then I can go and upload what I need to do by making sure that no matter what, that my intro over here has a nice and beautiful melody already, and it has a 16-bit version and everything. I'm making sure that I can open the projects. I can open the projects whenever I want from now on. And the important thing is, for me personally, is the courses, and to open the projects and the soundtracks. For sure, everything else is extras. I mean, everything else is different stuff. I mean, in a sense, so what I do is I just go and focus upon helping myself to succeed. And as I help myself to succeed, then you have to understand straight away how you can go throughout information, and you can find information process or whatever you're doing, and that way you can go and grow yourself. But if you don't say anything about, let's say, getting your home, in terms of buying your home today, then make sure that you're investing in property only, and you're never buying, but making sure you're investing. And that way you understand straight away that if you want to do something to help yourself have a step-by-step guide throughout life, to make sure that no matter what, that you're somebody who's always applying for a nice approval, pre-approval from yourself, to search with confidence for yourself, to be able to condition yourself better, to make sure that you apply for a better property, to make sure that you understand straight away how to get a home loan, and also to secure your property and to give a deposit for yourself in terms of what you're doing, and then making sure that no matter what, that the banks are all saying that in terms of your life, to make sure that no matter what, that you learn very quickly upon helping yourself to understand home loans, and also to be able to go and loan your documents to somebody so you can settle and move in with yourself every single day to have a great life. In a sense, so what you want to do is with property, you never want to move into property that you gave money for. In a sense, what you want to do is make sure that you go into the property that is just a rental apartment, while you actually get real estate that's actually, let's say, from yourself in terms of your money or the bank's money, that you never have to live in there. Make sure you get other people to live in that property. And why is that? Because when you make other people live in that property, then what happens is you get to go and become a greater individual for yourself, to make sure that you're doing greater. And as you do greater, then you're always learning very quickly upon how you need to go and do your life. So what you do with life every single day is prepare yourself to just talk over everything, and then no matter what, that you're learning quickly, or that you're moving on with life and you're moving into other realms of life. And you must understand that what's important is making sure that you're secure in your financial status every single day, to focus upon understanding that no matter what, that you have all the nice and beautiful foundations of life to help yourself grow. I'm understanding anyway that I see all these podcasts going. I'm understanding it's already online for me. I'm understanding that no matter what, I can just go and remove it from my actual Mega Drive now, because it's actually, I realize it's all online already. So I'm just going to clear the rubbish bin, and as I clear the rubbish bin, I go and just organize my files around here. But that's the thing, yeah. If you're organizing your files and you're organizing something about you here, for sure, I'm making sure always they understand straight away I'm always organizing myself. And as I do that, then I focus upon helping myself to show myself different aspects of whatever I'm doing. But that's the whole point. The whole point is making sure that you can go and dwell upon helping yourself to succeed. But that's the whole point. That's why I'm understanding straight away how to go and do life. But if you're doing life better, you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly upon how to actually dwell upon something that's helping you grow. And what helps you grow is a better mindset. And that way you're understanding straight away how to just go and upload everything again. And that way you're understanding no matter what, that you're living life to the fullest. If you're living life to the fullest, you go and search up the file name and search up the file number and see what kind of file it is, and see how much nice and beautiful size that nice and beautiful file has. And that way you're learning very quickly upon how to actually persuade yourself to grow. But if you're persuading yourself to grow, then understand the folder name is also different. So that way you understand straight away. You go and upload those courses online somewhere, and just make sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to grow. So if you're growing yourself quickly and you're making sure that you look at the nice and beautiful way of life over here, where you understand straight away how you can grow and grow yourself differently, then just make sure that you upload everything again and again and again online, so you can go and be ahead of the content, so you can be ahead of what you're doing. Once you do that, then understand straight away to be ahead of the content with yourself, to make sure that you have all the prosperity you ever need. That's all you need, yeah? All you really need in life is to make sure that you have a greater time with yourself. But if you have a greater time with yourself, then that's all you ever really understand about life, which is making sure that you have that kind of blissful experience with yourself to help yourself to grow, is the whole point. The whole point of persuasion and life is to export content that you believe is yours, and to understand straight away how to do that is the best recommendation for you, to make sure that no matter what, yes, you can download content from actual nice and beautiful Mega Drive while also uploading content online, to make sure that you have everything you ever need. But then go and upload your other content too. As soon as you go and upload content and you're uploading all these packages online, you're making sure that no matter what, you can go and dwell upon opening your packages in a different way to upload them online, and then just go and progress with your music track and whatever you have. But you have plenty of time, because other people never care about how much night clubbing experience you have, or when you're going to a nightclub or anything. I mean, they never care about you. I mean, they care about your nice and beautiful flavor of life in a way that they want to learn from you, but they never want to do anything for you. I mean, what do you do then? I mean, make sure that you're starting something different. I mean, go and do something else that helps you grow, and that way you're learning just to get ahead of your content over here. And all I'm doing now is I'm just uploading content and downloading content, while also separating my content to make sure that I have a great time for myself. And then also I have a nice and beautiful bank statement over here to make sure that I can go and read it out to you, so that I can learn what's going on with the bank's information here. So understand that when you have a guide to the home loan process, you're making sure that no matter what, that you can see it's never complex, but you can understand straight away how you can just process through the information, and you can see the application of life, and then you can tackle the actual words of what you're seeing with the lending specialist to help yourself to understand straight away how to help yourself with each step, to understand straight away how to actually go and detail everything uniquely in your situation to get yourself to understand. And you have to get yourself to understand to never be at the auction house with real estate, because that way you're somebody who understands real estate. And as you go and grow up yourself in a different way, then you're explaining everything upon helping yourself to do something that's actually helping yourself to grow. And I'm not saying that when you're actually looking at information, that just read over it. I mean, read over the actual information. I mean, go and dig into it, and dig into it, and dig into it, and understand yourself and what they're saying straight away. And that way you're talking over it, and then you're learning. And then you must understand that no matter what, that the bank over here estimates I see the bank over here. I see the bank over here in Commonwealth Bank Australia and all the banks of the world estimate a pre-conditional approval is valid for 6 months. So they approve your application within 4 to 6 weeks and up to 6 months. And it's much more how you have to understand then anyway. Your business loan or home loan approval goes up to 1 to 5 days, but the application settlement is 4 to 6 weeks, and the actual preconditional approval is valid for 6 months. So what that means is your condition to be able to get a house with them, in terms of to get a loan with them and everything, can be up to 6 months of, let's say, approvals. So you have to understand that way. You have to understand. I mean, that way you have to understand straight away how you can be going and talking to them for 6 months until you get your home loan. I mean, so the thing is, if you want a home loan, then make sure you understand that you have to finance yourself first with your business, and make sure that you can return the home loan quickly. So that way you can go and dwell upon something better for yourself. And as I really grow myself now, I'm always understanding to always go and search with confidence to make sure that I'm applying with the nice and beautiful information of whatever's going on in the property market, to make sure that I have that nice and beautiful property that is always coming along better. I'm making sure that no matter what, that as I go and do something to help myself to succeed, I'm looking at the nice and beautiful report of every suburb and property out there to estimate an upfront nice and beautiful investment, to make sure I give money for the stamp duty and legal fees. And that way I'm receiving conditional pre-approval always, and I make sure that no matter what, that as I'm doing that, I have always a property that I have in terms of life that's helping me to grow, which is my words. Approaching now, since I understand the property and the next steps to apply for a loan, I'm always reading over everything, so I'm making sure I'm always applying at any time. I'm making sure that no matter what, that you can apply for a home loan or to finance yourself from the banks and with the banks at any time. I make sure that you can go and also speak over the phone with a person to help you with a home lending specialist today inside of the Commonwealth Bank systems, and also you can talk to somebody over the phone with the banks for all the information you require. And also what you can do also is making sure that no matter what, that as you go and see exactly which documents you need for your application, you have to understand that straight away you have to go and look for a nice and beautiful way of life over here to make sure that no matter what, that you have everything you ever need, to make sure that you gather all your documents and pay slips and bank statements to give to the people, so that they can see straight away how you're financing yourself and how you're doing your life with tax, and how you're doing your life with the government, and what's going on with you in terms of your jobs and what your business is, so they can see your financing, and that way they can give you a loan. For sure, that the whole thing is making sure that you can get yourself a loan whenever you need to, but make sure all the time that you have a solicitor or a conveyancer or somebody who can help you with a contract, which is a solicitor or conveyancer, which is you. And then you're making sure that no matter what, they always have legal documents, that is never illegal, and that way you're doing everything legally through tax and making sure that no matter what, that you never go to jail. But make sure you understand that people such as solicitors and conveyancers are solicitors who charge always for their now solicitors who are conveyancers charge always for their services, so make sure you're aware of the fees before any commitment, so you understand straight away how to go and help yourself to do that and secure your property and give the deposit money and make sure that you're going through all the information quickly so you can go and be smarter is the contract of sale and being able to offer always any acceptance in nice and beautiful Western Australia only. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that if you go and see Western Australia, then they're always offering contract of sales and offering acceptance over there to do your real estate properties and everything. So you're making sure anyway you have to go and negotiate the offer with the property, and the property is yourself. Make sure that no matter what, you have both a individual who wants to get your property and somebody who wants to sell you the contract as well, and the banks can do that for you. And then you understand straight away that it's more how you have to do that for yourself. We have to go and confirm the selling price, and you also have to sell in terms of settle the terms and conditions of the sale as well, which is all your responsibility for the property. And then you have to understand to go around that and make sure that always you have a contract with the bank and with the people to make sure that you can always get yourself somebody who wants the property and who never wants the property. And that way you must understand straight away that you have to have the property. I mean, insure property, so guess what? I mean, never sell your property overall. I mean, never be the one who's selling the property that you have, because that way you're learning very quickly to be able to have more money in the long term. So why do you want to sell a property that's giving you cash flow already? I mean, never ever sell a property that's giving you cash flow. I understand? But if you sell a property that's giving you cash flow, then you can make more money out of it. I mean, you can. I mean, let's say that no matter what, that if you're making, let's say, $10 million over 10 years with that property, I promise you although, if you can get the $10 million right away, I mean, is it worth it for you to sell the property? If you can get that $10 million right away without having to wait 10 years, promise you, yeah. Promise you straight away get the property, yeah. I mean, sell the property right away then. So what you do is, with the properties, that if you sell it for a higher price and somebody wants it, then it's always a better deal for you because you get the money sooner. I mean, and that's the whole point, yeah? I mean, that's why they're selling real estate today. But if you want to be someone who's just making sure that you have all that cash flow, then you can also do that for yourself. But what's better for you? I mean, the better thing for you is to make sure you have assets that are giving you money. I mean, make sure you have assets. I mean, make sure you understand that as soon as you have an asset, then you're making sure you're making all that money. And that money is helping you grow, and that's it. I mean, just make sure that you're somebody who understands to never go selling real estate. Just make sure that you go and accumulate real estate. I mean, accumulating real estate is more than enough for you. So make sure you understand that. And that way you're growing your property and what you have. So if you're arranging a property for a nice and beautiful pest inspection, then make sure that you understand that it's a good idea to avoid the bad surprises. But make sure you understand always that everything is nice and beautiful because of a good idea. So make sure you understand that you can always invite pest inspection and all that. But guess what? Actually, that's different, yeah? And make sure you understand that if you give money for that, then guess what? Actually, it's more how you're actually learning here that you can. I mean, you can. And now does Jesus Christ give money for pest inspection over here to make sure that there's no pests around his actual, let's say, around his real estate? Actually, now Jesus Christ says that you have to give money and you have to give something. But the thing is, if you want to eliminate the pests and all that, actually that's different. Actually, that's different. Actually, Jesus Christ says that he never wants to eliminate the pests, but he realizes that if that one area of life where there may be lots of cockroaches around his real estate, actually Jesus Christ says that it's much more how you can give money to help eliminate that. Whereas although does Jesus Christ do that? Actually, Jesus Christ says that he can recognize a better way for himself to go around it, where he never has to do it. I mean, so that way I'm understanding that if you get to the point of understanding something, I understand to never ever go killing anything in terms of life, and that way I understand straight away that it's more, it has to do with the actual killing of life and following the 10 commandments of God here. So you have to understand, so make sure you understand that you never ever go killing anything yourself, and make sure you understand straight away that if you give money for something, or for a service of here, then if anything happens, then make sure that I understand that God says that if you give money for other people to do it, then make sure I understand God says over here that it's much more how you're giving. and you're the one giving. So God says that if you go and giving, let's say $1 million to kill somebody, now that's different. Now Jesus Christ says over here, that is something that is giving money. I mean, you're giving money here, but somebody else is killing the individual. I mean, that's something different, bro. Guess what, bro? That's something of the worst thing that you can even have in your life. And it's much more how I'm just learning here. I never go that way. I make sure that no matter what, I go the way of Jesus Christ. But I'm asking Jesus Christ where this comes from in terms of how people go give money to somebody to kill somebody else. I mean, how is that possible? I mean, Jesus Christ says with that situation, that's more how those people who are giving money to kill somebody are the ones who are giving. I mean, they're the ones giving. So are they following Jesus Christ though in that situation? I'm not sure, although it's more how Jesus Christ says that they're the ones giving the money, but they have an intention to give a service to somebody to kill somebody. And now Jesus Christ says with that, it's more how they're the ones giving the money. I'm not sure they're never even killing the person, are they? Although Jesus Christ says they're never even killing the person. Although it's more whoever's getting the money to kill the person. Now, Jesus Christ says that the ones who are really, let's say, in the deals of that are the ones who are going downhill in a way that they may be giving the service, but the service over here is a transaction, which is good. And the ones who are actually going and getting the money to go and do what's actually said to them, to go kill somebody, unfortunately, they're the ones who are losing here. But the ones who are giving the money for that, unfortunately, now Jesus Christ says that no, the ones who are giving the money are the ones who are testing them. Now, Jesus Christ says that it's the case, and I understand straight away that Jesus Christ really understands how I understand straight away. I never do that. But I'm not saying that no matter what, that I understand straight away how it feels, that you understand straight away that there are people out there who give money to others to kill other people. And you have to understand that those people who do go killing other people, Jesus Christ says that they are unaware. They're unaware of what they're doing. In a sense, so the whole point is just understand straight away that you be the giver in the situation always, and never be the killer. I mean, never be the one who kills, but give. I mean, go and give what you want. I mean, I realize Jesus Christ says that if you give, then you can actually understand straight away how you never did kill. Now, Jesus Christ says if you give the service, then Jesus Christ says that if you want to, let's say, remove pests around town or something, but you give the service, then Jesus Christ says that you never did kill the actual cockroaches and all that. But if you realize that, for example, Jesus Christ understand that when you see, for example, people who are doing pest control, now Jesus Christ says about these people who go around doing pest control around houses and all that, and they see a cockroach and they spray it or something or whatever it is. Now, those people are working a 9-to-5 job, that they have to work and they have to do that. Now, it's more how Jesus Christ says that since they are doing that, they're working for something that is, let's say, out of Jesus Christ's territory here, in a way that they're working with Jesus Christ, but also never with Jesus Christ. It's more how they have to be working for money, and they're working for money, and they're going around killing pests and killing animals in a way that they're working a 9-to-5 job doing that. And they're placing all these sterile stuff on the grass and all this to kill the plants and all that, in terms of to kill the actual non-human animals and all that. So I understand Jesus Christ says with that is different, but they're working for the money over here, and they're working for that kind of job, but it's more how they're unaware of doing it, or they're unaware of what they're doing. So I understand anyway, you must understand what you're doing in that situation, but never find yourself doing that. I mean, never find yourself having a van, having to go kill pests around and killing cockroaches and all that. So if you understand that no matter what, it's much more how you have to go and do a greater job for yourself differently. But I see a nice and beautiful way of life where I'm understanding that I'm never a killer, but I see a snake. I see a snake over here. And you must understand that if you want to go and grow yourself daily, then just learn about everything, but be the giver in the situation of whatever it is that you're doing. And that way you're learning very quickly upon how to actually grow yourself. So what I want to do here, I want to be able to go and export this content here, I just want to export this nice and beautiful way of life over here where I'm understanding it's a middle package and just say current, and make sure that no matter what, that as I go and dwell upon helping myself to succeed differently, I'm making sure that I have that nice and beautiful zone over here to make sure I'm learning very quickly upon how to actually go and just export everything I need over here in terms of my beautiful music track over here, and that way I'm learning very quickly upon how to grow. And as I grow, I just focus on helping myself to just do other type of stuff over here while I'm actually uploading content online. And as I'm uploading content online, making sure I have these packages here, and then I open my middle package in terms of my ending package, and I do my reverb over here. And then I make sure to export all my music tracks in terms of MP3s, and I make sure to go and get the 16-bit file. Now, as I get the 16-bit file, I can export just a 16-bit file with FL Studio. And that way, it actually works. So if you want to export just if you want to export, for example, MP3 in a 16-bit file with your nice and beautiful music, FL Studio sessions, then guess what happens? I promise you, if you have a soundtrack that you want to export, then export it in 16-bit and MP3 files, but have a separate package where you can open it and export a 32-bit file whenever you want. But then make sure that either way, that from that point, that you're making sure that what you want to do is go and always give God and everything life much more, and making sure all the time that as you go on FL Studio and all these packages and softwares, then make sure that as you are exporting your music, then if you're exporting your music into 16-bit and MP3 file, sometimes you may find that your FL Studio or audio workstation never does export the 16-bit, but exports the MP3 file, for example. So what you do is you go back into the software and just go and export just a 16-bit file. And that way it always helps you to export that in terms of what you want. But sometimes you must understand to always do that. So make sure you sometimes just export just a 16-bit file then, if nothing else works. Or just a 32-bit file, or just the MP3 file then. Then you understand straight away how to do that. But what you do is explain everything in numbers and make sure that you're just orchestrating your life around helping yourself to deliver content in a way that you're learning very quickly upon being consistent about something. But as you're consistent every single day about life, then you're learning very quickly upon how you can always do these life coaching programs or whatever you're doing daily in a different way, but learn how to talk the words much more. And if you're learning how to talk the words, then it's much more about the words than it is about the sex with other people and all that. I'm not saying that no matter what, if you want to go and overcome anything about pornography or anything about life, then you have to understand that pornography is never evil. Or nothing in this life is evil. Or there's no evil in this planet, so never see evil. There's that movie that says, see no evil. See no evil in life. Never ever see evil. Do you believe that Jesus Christ is going and seeing evil in this planet? Probably not. Probably God says the world is good. Because God is always on the good side, so God judges the world as good. So if you judge the world as evil, then you become evil. But never become evil and never judge the world as evil. Judge the world as the word I. Everything's the word I. That's it, man. When you see everything as the word I, then you can grow. But the thing is, every single day, just learn how to go around the softwares and what you're doing, and go and learn all the time how you can go and study upon yourself and understand straight away how people are making music these days and how they make music. And I see my process. I see the process of my music is so long. But yesterday I was listening to my music, and I have to show you this. I promise you, it's the best kind of music track I've ever heard in my life. I asked Jesus Christ to see this. I was listening to my music track just yesterday, and I had the most beautiful time listening to my music track. It's Dinotopia. Altogether it just sounds amazing in terms of the composition I went through. Wow. 1 month of work. I thank you. I make sure I'm always saying I thank you to everybody, and I make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning very quickly upon understanding that no matter what, I'm just doing great. I'm a star now. I'm making sure that no matter what, I have 9 days until my birthday, and I'm making sure that I have to go and quickly deliver content, and I have to make sure that no matter what, I have more enough time to be able to go and help myself to deliver what I need to do. So what I need to do tomorrow, in terms of today, I have to go really quickly over here. I have to go get myself a laser. I have to go and also make sure I can do all that now, so I can be ahead of the time. So what I do is I make sure that for myself over here, that I'm just delivering content in a way that's helping me move forward. But I want to make sure I read out this bank statement to you, so I can go through the goals over here to make sure I go through the notions of helping myself to grow. And as I do that, I make sure that no matter what, I'm always reading stuff, I'm always understanding straight away what's on the labels and what's inside of food and everything. But making sure they understand straight away how I feel about life. And yesterday it was so cold for me to even make noodles. And that's why I did stay indoors over here, and I did stay in my nice and beautiful accommodation over here. And I sleep over here where the heater is. And I do have a bed, but I sleep on the couch. I sleep on the couch, and why is that? Because the heater is over here. And now I can't place the heater on the actual bed. I can place the heater over there where the bed is. I don't know why. Pretty sure don't understand that. But the thing is, I'd rather just be here. And it's more how I feel anyway. So the thing is, I understand I can see the room is already warm anyway, so I just stay here. And I sleep and sleep until I understand straight away I never bleed, but I'm doing something to help myself to grow. And as I help myself to grow, I had a dream, and I had a dream of promoting myself somewhere on billboards and somewhere in front of people somewhere. But I'm not saying I've been trying and trying and trying for the past year. I've been trying to promote myself as much as I can. But anyway, I promise you that what's important for myself now is focusing on delivering content that helps me make money. So as I make money, I understand straight away how Grant Cardone's going about his business. But what I do now is I just focus upon helping myself to go and see exactly what I need to do always to succeed. So as I succeed, I make sure I'm uploading one separate file at a time. And I'm always uploading one file at a time. I'm uploading always. Now with FL Studio, I'm making sure to upload the package deal in terms of the zip project right away online. And I go and sort that out. I make sure that I upload these files online first, which is the soundtrack and also the nice and beautiful zip files in one separate folder where it's all together in two separate folders. And one folder has all the mastery packages of the actual folder of the track that I have, and the other nice and beautiful folders have nice and beautiful soundtrack going. Approaching then, I upload courses together with images and videos, and I make sure everything else is extras. And now lyrics is something separate, but making sure I understand for myself over here. I feel I have to go and do greater anyway upon life, and I have to go and sing my project. I have a lot of content to do daily. I mean, as I go and do something to help myself succeed, I make sure I go and do my nice and beautiful reverb over here with the actual dinosaurs. And I go and raise the actual noise of the actual dinosaurs over here, so I can go and hear it in the mix. And that way I export the audio right here, and make sure from that point I have to go and sing. I have to go and sing. Now that's something separate on the side, but for my nice and beautiful uploading to YouTube, I make sure I can go and upload the vocal version. And now why the vocal version? I mean, why do I want to sing over here? I say it's a nice and beautiful way for me to understand how my voice can go and vibrate into the mix. And I can go create some new lyrics, I can create whatever I want. But what I want to do is I want to be able to sing it live. I mean, as I sing it live, I want to just sing something that I can remember. I want to sing something I can remember. So what I do is I sing some kind of nice and beautiful melody. And I make sure anyway that if I want to help myself to do something, I want to make sure I can remember all the nice and beautiful rhythms and everything of life. So what I do is I can go and do my synonyms as well now. I'm making sure I just go through this nice and beautiful content over here so I can go and do greater. So let's have a look. I'm understanding always that if you're going through the nice and beautiful local and state governments about zoning and future developments, to make sure that no matter what, that you're never affecting your home, and you're making sure you're learning about everything, but you're also making sure that you have a cooling off period for a contract, which means make sure that you're understanding always to learn something along the way about everything, and make sure that no matter what, to just check off, just check if there is a cooling off period for the contract that you're signing. So just see always what's going on around the world, and make sure that no matter what, that if you're offering anything, then go be the one who's providing always to the nice and beautiful real estate people, and you're understanding how to provide the real estate agent and also give the money up to 5 to 10% of the property price and more. And you're making sure that no matter what, if you understand the real estate agents over here in the world, get 5 to 10% of the real estate property price for just handling your actual real estate for you and for selling the real estate for you. In a sense, so real estate agents get 5 to 10% of the property price that they sell your property with. So if your property is $1 million, then they make $100,000 per sale. You understand? I mean, you have to give them unfortunately, then you have to give them $100,000 for selling your property. I mean, in a sense, so that's the thing, yeah. Unfortunately, now what you want to do here is you want to understand straight away how to go and understand that real estate agents get 5 to 10% of commission prices on selling your property in terms of overall of the real estate price that you have. So that way you understand straight away how I'm learning myself over here what to do.